Welcome to today's video, and today I'm continuing with my lifetime transformation series, and we have chapter number 6. So in the transformation series I am talking about my lifting journey throughout the life and sharing the mistakes that I did make so you can learn a thing or two. So if you are not familiar with the series, I recommend to start with chapter number 1. I will link here a card above. And this was the physique from the last chapter. So I finished in a peak bulk physique. I was looking like this and weighing 95 kilograms. So now we have chapter number 6. As I did mention in the previous video, there will be 3 sub-chapters when I was living in Germany. The first was dirty bulking. This was the previous chapter number 5. And now we have chapter number 6. This is the second sub-chapter in Germany, and the title is very clear: Stagnation. So this chapter will cover the years from 2016 to 2018, when I was from 24 to 27 years old. So I don't even want to make this video because this is my biggest regret from the times when I was living in Germany. When it comes down purely to training and achieving a better physique, because I can sum up the 3 years pretty easily in few sentences. The technique was not on point. The exercise selection was poor. I was training far away from failure, and that's it. You can compare any physique from that time and no progress were made over a span of 3 whole years. So what has happened after I did achieve my peak bulk? The next month I was traveling a bit, and there was in the city a challenge where you could hang on a pull-up bar. And of course I was into the gym and I did try the challenge, and I wanted to show off in front of everybody. I did some pull-ups, did some knee raises, and I tweaked a little bit my left shoulder there. And it will be a nagging injury for me in the next year, 2016, majority of the time. So here's a picture in 2016, beginning of it in the mirror, how I was looking like. And at that time I decided, well, I must go on a cut once again, because I have here a little bit pain in my left shoulder. I cannot train that hard. Then the only logical solution after achieving peak bulk is to cut down, of course. Then after a couple of months, almost half a year, I achieved this physique right here. So I dropped down from 95 to 86 kilograms, and this is how I was looking like. It's still a decent physique, of course. I didn't lose that much size. And here I have some training footage from the gym. So I did buy here a new camera, the one that you are seeing right now, already in the year 2016. So already at that time I had maybe some plans to start a YouTube channel, so I was experimenting with it. And here you can see my exercise selection. So I do the flat barbell bench, then the incline bench. It's a staple of mine. Then for the back, for example, I have here some lat pull downs. Then you can see me doing a chest supported row and cable pull overs. And for the biceps I'm doing some dumbbell curls, and for the triceps some rope push downs. So more or less I was doing always the same exercises, but here you could see I did find new additions here and there. So I finally started doing something on the machines. Then at the end of the year 2016, when I turned 25 years old, I did make a physique update here. So as you can see, almost no progress. And then I have here some training footage when I was on vacation in this basement gym. And here once again I'm doing the bench press, the incline bench press, some chin-ups, cable rows, lat pull downs. For the legs, my standard Bulgarian split squat and leg curl. Then I'm doing some dumbbell curls for biceps and a one-arm cable curl, and also rope push downs. So more or less nothing new, just a few additions to the exercise selection. Then we have the year 2017 in the middle of it, and here you can see my so-called magic mirror. So remember, this is the year 2017 that we have. So now I will post here a picture of 2014 in comparison. So that's 3 years apart, and as you can see, no progress was made. On the contrary, you can see that I even regressed here. So yeah, that's the essence of the whole chapter. It's not like stagnation. it's also a bit of regression. And still I was following the aesthetic lifestyle here, so you can see the famous this pose once again. And then I have here some of the last training footage from that year, 2017. So here with my new camera I did film a lot of videos, and I wanted to film all my movements. So for the legs we have the Bulgarian split squat, then the leg curl. I started experimenting with the leg press with a terrible form. After that some calf raises. Then for the abs I did leg raises and crunches. For the back I did some chin-ups, cable rows, lat pull down, a chest supported row. For the chest I did incline bench, of course, then the flat bench, and also a cable fly. For the biceps I did dumbbell curls and the one arm cable curl, also hammer curls for the forearms, but I didn't know that it was for the forearms. Then the row push downs for the triceps, lateral raises with dumbbells for the side delt, and some shrugs, grabbing just 2 plates on the side. That was the essence of my training. And if you would pick here any clip, you would of course notice some mistakes in my form, first of all, and I was not pushing close enough to failure. And then of course you cannot expect to get results by such an approach. And this was the last training video of the year 2017. In the end of the year here you can see I was doing some pull-ups and I was struggling with my form. So I was not confident in my form and I was not confident in my training because I was just stuck in a huge slump here. And you can see it from the physique, no improvements. You can take it from any time, more or less it looks the same. And then we have the year 2018, and in this whole year I didn't take any footage of my training. So I have only posing videos of my physique. So we can start here beginning of 2018. Here I did already made some pictures in my new apartment. So I was living in Germany and I finally did buy an apartment, but in Lithuania, the capital of Lithuania. So I saved up enough money. Then of course I took a loan and I invested it for the future, which will be a very good decision. Now towards the middle of the year I was on a vacation and I did make this photograph in the mirror and I was thinking, what the hell I am doing? Do I even lift? You cannot see here that much muscle, the definition is not there. And after lifting for so many years, hitting the gym every week, no progress was made, and I did think to myself, it doesn't make any sense. Did I reach here my genetic limit? At some point I did think I was very close to my genetic limit, but I was in such a closed information bubble that I didn't have access to the information of how to correctly train for hypertrophy. I had like 10 gigabytes of data of internet available every month because in my flat in Germany there was no cable internet, everything was wireless and it was expensive, so I didn't explore new YouTube channels and I was stuck in the same place basically. So at the end of 2018, after I did see myself in the mirror like that, I decided, well, you must cut once again. So at 27 years old, I did perform here my last cut. I trimmed down the body fat. Body fat was under control. Muscle size is as always just a little bit, and yeah, nothing special. As you can see, it's stagnation. Also I was cutting and bulking too frequently, so even if I made some improvements, some muscle size on my bulks, most of the time I did lose everything on my cut and I was stuck basically just in the same place. So this period of mine, the sub-chapter number 2 in Germany, is very easily summed up. Not having a wide enough of exercise selection, not performing the movements correctly to be very precise what muscle I'm targeting, and training far away to failure. Also nutrition wise, I was bulking and cutting too frequently. I think towards the year 2018 I transitioned into being also a vegan. So there was no hope left. When I'm looking back at this chapter, it was the biggest waste of time, of money and of effort. I was training, I was pushing myself hard, I was hitting the gym like 3, 4 or 5 times a week religiously, and I couldn't make any progress. So that's why I am looking back at this chapter of my life with big regret when it comes down to training. And overall, the life I have settled down in Germany here. So I had a very rough start in the last chapter, but more or less I did find here my position. But it was of course very difficult living in a small village. The social life was limited. You have to rely on your car to get everywhere, so the logistics, if you want to meet new friends, new girls for example, it's difficult. And I slowly did see myself that maybe there's no future here. Also, I did get back into some bad habits, so I did smoke some cigarettes here and there. From time to time I did consume some alcohol, but it was nowhere near the level like I did it in the first chapters. Then I did travel a lot because I did think to myself, well, I'm here stuck in this small village, I'm in the middle of Germany, then the connections are very good to the planes, so I did travel to a lot of countries. I could make even a separate video about traveling, but I don't see the point of bragging here or including these travel footages. Most of the time I'm sticking to talking about mindset and training here. Like I did mention, the chapter Germany has 3 sub-chapters. So at first it was the beginning, the dirt bulk phase, where I did reach my peak bulk. Then we have here the middle part, which is a huge stagnation when it comes down to training wise. And then the next sub-chapter will be the end, so the final year in Germany. And this would mark quite a big shift in my mindset and on the progress that would come in later series. So here I will link a playlist and you can see here all the chapters of my transformation and you can follow along. So that's it for today and I will see you soon in the next videos. Bye.